Hi everyone, this is Kiran here. I am alumni of IIT Kharagpur and I currently work in Bangalore and stay in Bangalore. And Book Club is an initiative which we started almost a year back with Peak Impact Mentorship, which is our parent organization. And Peak Impact Mentorship was founded by Vijay himself, who is my personal mentor and who really adds a lot of value in the weekend sessions as well for people who are new who don't know about it. And Vijay is a John C. Maxwell certified coach as well as Tony Robinson certified coach, and has been into coaching and mentoring industry for more than a decade right now. And that is where Peak Impact Mentorship was born in 2019 of July and August. So that is how we started with. We started with a lot of weekend sessions in the area of life skills and communication with the goal of impacting 1 lakh people. And while we grew in our goal, we moved offline as well. And then COVID hit. Then again, we went online. And then we continued online as till then. And in the journey, there are a lot of learnings. We realized we also had to give one, at least provide a platform to people so that people can express. They can also learn how to implement the learnings as well instead of just learning from books. And the challenge again was another challenge which we found was that 90% people do not read book. Other challenge we found is that people who have access to Google or YouTube, they have all the access to wonderful motivational speaker, but who will help you to apply in your life? Because that is where the moment we fail in applying our life, we just ignore and move on. So, and the third challenge which we realize the communication part of it. We realize again, communication is a very key essential for every one of us. How do we express our thoughts in a much better way? So these are the 3 to 4 vision which we started with, and we continued with it. So Book Club has a theme right now. So we are currently following around 4 to 5 books as of now, and that gives us a direction to start with. And there is no restriction as such. You need to follow only these 4 or 5 books. But yeah, once you know the theme around the books which are made up of and the background of it, then it really helps us to unite and go towards a common goal of growth. So the book names, again, you must be aware of it. If not, please reach back to the person who's invited you. So the book names are Think and Grow Rich, How to Win Friends, Influence People, Magic of Thinking Big, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So these are the fundamental aspects which we're currently focusing: personal finance, people skills, mindset, and all this area. And book club theme is pretty simple. So people who have already prepared, who have already shared the topic with me last week, since last week, we have the list with us right now, and you will get around 3 minutes, 2.45 minutes to cover your topic, and 15 minutes to ramp up in case you're shooting about the time. And to help me show the timer, Supra, can you enable the sharing screen for everyone? You will see in the share screen green wala button, right side में arrow button होगा. वहाँ पे you have to make all.
Hello everyone. So recently I have started reading this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Sir Dale Carnegie. And here the author has explained a big secret about dealing with people. He says that there is only one way to make anyone do what you want him to do, and that is simple: by making him want to do it. So, though I have started reading this book recently, but the principles written in the book, I unknowingly I am using it from long back, and there are n number of examples I have regarding this particular topic. The power of appreciation. So, one of the experience I would like to share. So one of the experience I would like to share with you all, and with the help of this experience, it will be easy for me to explain you the theory of this particular chapter. So when I was into my profession of teaching in engineering college, so that time I was having a student, and he was literally not at all interested in studies. He used to have many backlogs in first 2 semesters also. Already he was having backlogs, and in third semester he decided to drop his college studies and all, and for the same he came to me because he was having some formalities. He wanted some signatures of mine. So that was the first time I interacted with him. I asked him ki abhi aage kya karoge, what is your next plan if you are dropping your college? So that time he told me, he was around 18-19 years old I think, and that time he told me me that he has a plan and he want to go to Bollywood because he was keenly interested in script writing. So the way he explained me, I felt that he is very serious. So that day I talked to him and somehow I convinced him to first complete your education, take the engineering degree, and later you can go for this script writing thing. And I also promised him that being a teacher, I will help him in all his subjects, whatever I can do. I will help in studies. And the first thing I did was I gave him a few topics and I asked him to write whatever he think of those topics, and asked him to come to me whenever he get his free time. So this thing happens, this continued, and whenever he used to come to me, he was so excited about the topics. Then when I used to read the topics, they were really good, and I used to appreciate him. I appreciate him a lot. And simultaneously, parallelly, I asked him to study also. We used to study also. In that way, slowly I saw that there is an improvement in his studies and in his marks also. So in between that year, I did one more thing. I asked our extracurricular in charge to take him in the script writing thing for the plays and advertisements of the college, so that he will get more appreciation. And that thing happened. He got more and more appreciation for his works. He got a recognition in the college, and slowly his studies also got improved. He got so much interested in studies also. He cleared he got the engineering degree in some good A grade marks and all. And now today he is working in some ad agency company in Mumbai only. So guys, this is the power of appreciation. This is the power of giving importance to others. You know, when we appreciate others genuinely, when we give importance to others and their work, they start doing things what we actually want them to do. And this appreciation, this is a very positive thing, and its vibrations are really very high if these are sincere and honest. So, and whenever we appreciate others and when we appreciate ourselves too, we get encouragement to do more and to do better. One live example of the power of appreciation is the comments which we get after our talk each week. These comments only encourages us and motivates us and inspires us to do better each week. What you all think? I think you all will agree with this. So this is all I have to say. Thank you.
Awesome, Shraddha. Amazing, amazing talk. In fact, the best part I liked about the real incidents you shared, because chota sa appreciation, genuine appreciation can actually boost people's self-image, and then it can help people to perform better as well. So on the occasion of what Shraddha talked, so I request everyone to find one good thing with whatever the speaker is saying, so that will encourage the speaker to speak and focus on the strength as well. It will also feel good. When you have appreciated genuinely, then the confidence itself raises very high. So amazingly shared, Shraddha. Thank you so much. All right. So we can move to the next speaker then.
The screen.
Sure.
Okay. I think everyone can see my screen now. Kiran, is it visible?
Yes, Supra.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Supra, working as a service manager in a banking domain, close to 8.5 years of corporate experience, and part of PIM from close to 2 years now. With Kiran, along with Kiran, I'm growing, taking his mentorship. That's just a short intro before I get started. I am sure most of you would have seen this wheel of life, and you would have heard it multiple times as well. Today, I'll touch on a very important thing, not the entire wheel of life, but this is divided in a 4 category if you see it. It's with a color coding. So there is something called as mental, which takes place. Physical component is 2, emotional component, and spiritual component. We always have talked most of the time about our career, our health, the finance, how we grow, a relationship, connection, fun and recreation. This all has everything in it. But today I'll be only touching on the spiritual component. I'm sure most of the people will be spiritual, and there are 50% of the people who really don't believe in any of the things. But after you are reading these 4 basic books, which we know so far, I'm sure you would believe on self-talk, right? So when you believe on self-talk, it is directly related to your spiritual component. I just wanted to decode that today with my personal experience. ऐसा कभी आपके साथ हुआ है कि आप सोच रहे हो और वो चीज हो गया? Has it happened 1 time, 2 time, multiple times? Just recollect small memories from your childhood when you would have asked something to your parents, but you had multiple times thinking that आपको पूछना चाहिए या नहीं पूछना चाहिए, but you got that right. This is just a silly thing I was telling, but there are bigger things which has happened. When you keep asking for job interviews or job calls, you don't get it right. वो नहीं होता, फिर आपको लगता है कि I kept on doing my self talk, but that never happened. You did the self talk, but your self talk had a gap with the spiritual connection. So this I'm telling with reference to multiple spiritual books which I read. When I say spiritual book, it is directly or indirectly related to your mind. And recently you would have heard about the book Psycho-Cybernetics we were reading, right? That was the first book which directly connects to the spiritual component. They directly don't say it, but that is again the spiritual component of it. So when you are actually balancing your wheel of life and the spiritual component is missing, then again that gap happens, which I was talking, that I was asking for something, but ek saal ho gaya mujhe wo nahi mila. It has happened with me as well, guys. I write my goals. I actually automatically visualize it before going to my bed. जब मैं सोती हूँ ना, मुझे अगले दिन क्या क्या चाहिए, I really recollect each and every single thing and I sleep. But not necessarily 100% सब हो जाएगा, right? It doesn't happen. And the reason is what, you know, maybe entire day I did not think of it once or twice also, and I just did the self talk because वो मेरे डायरी पे लिखा था and I had a overlook of it and I recollected everything. So they say that when you want something, it at least has to be recollected 3 times a day and it should be uttered. Man mein ho, yeah, you can pronounce it loudly and say, that could be any of the option. So things doesn't happen when the spiritual component is missing. Today I wanted to touch on that. And one real example I'll tell you guys. I have been trying for job interviews from last 1 year, I would say. Not rigorously, मतलब ऐसे नहीं कि मैं हर दिन try करती थी, but self talk था. But what happened was I started getting frequent calls from December. If anyone has attended Vijay's session, he says that आपको वो last 15 दिन में ही इतना call आएगा कि उससे पहले कभी नहीं आता होगा. Same happened with me. Since December, I started getting calls. And I'm still getting till today, I would say. I have already joined a new org. Still I'm getting. And I never say no to anyone. I keep giving the interviews again, just to make sure that I still have the content with me or I forgot about it. This is one of the spiritual component which was actually missing in the beginning of the 5-6 months which I was being. And when I read a couple of books, then this was in place, I would say. I try to balance this wheel of life, but either udhar mera bhi hai, it is not complete circle, but I'm really working on those components. So I just wanted to cover that today. And thank you so much, Kiran, for giving me a chance to speak in the beginning itself. Yeah.
Amazing, Supra. It is so important, the points you covered. And subconsciously, we do talk to our brain, even if we don't realize it. And जब चीजें सच हो जाती है, when we get some results, oh, then we go, oh, ये तो मैंने सोचा था. This is what I thought. And then we say, yeah, this is what we thought and we received. So amazing, Supra, and really happy that you shared that. And congratulations for your new job. Great. Awesome.
Thank you.
We'll move to the next speaker then.
Okay. Maybe my screen is not good, but okay. So hi everyone, myself Bhushan, and I'm also part of the PIM. And yeah, so today my topic is about from the book From Rich Dad and Poor Dad. Topic name is work for not work for money, work for learning. So it is writer is the Robert Kiyosaki. Most of us readers read it. So I will share the two. He has shared 2 interesting conversations with him, and I can relate with that topic actually. Yeah, so first conversation was Robert Kiyosaki was in the Singapore, and he met one of the reporter lady, and she was also writer, novel writer. Okay, and and she had written the right novel, but it was, it was not that much famous and not good response. And she made to the Robert, and she said, I want to become a writer like you, but and I'm working hard also, and I'm a professional writer, trained writer, and in my master in the English, but still I'm not getting good response. So they sat in the coffee table, and Robert told, one of my friend is runs that one sales classes, you can join that one. So that lady told, learn the sales. I am the professional and trained writer and master in the English, and you are telling me to go to that sales classes. All sales peoples are stupid. I mean, they are working for just for the money, and you're telling me to go to learn to the sales. So, and she was so much angry. Okay, and Robert nodded nodded with yes, and slowly he kept his one of the book, and that book mentioned bestseller author, and he asked to read that one. So she read bestseller author. He asked again to read again bestseller author, and so this is first conversation. And but that lady could not be angry, agree. She should learn the sales. Another conversation was Robert went to garage, one of the some cars he had, and there was one young mechanic. He was not a good educated person, and he listened what is the problem with his car, and within just few minutes he solved that issue. With this two conversation, what Robert trying to convey is like, most of the people, we are good, have good degree, professional, but they are not earning the money as they want, because they believe only hard work can, through the hard work only we can earn the money. But one of other than the hard work and the degree, most important thing is the trying to sell yourself what you know. So many people, I know that in my office also, including me, so many people have the good technical knowledge, but they are not able to speak, they are not able to communicate. They don't know what others want actually, what people want, and they are working hard, but they are not getting. But some of the smart people, they are not much technically good, but they are good communicator, good speaker, and they are growing day by day. So that's what Robert wanted to convey is like, apart from the good degree, apart from the core knowledge, we have to include these skills like sales or communication or other things. It is applying for every field, every profession, so that we can we can earn money, or we can reach where we want to reach. So that's what I wanted to share here. Thank you very much.
Amazing, Bhushan, truly amazing, because the story, if you just put a thought on it, when that writer tells ki, selling, what are you talking? I'm so good at writing. Why should I even go and get that sales wala thing done? And it hurts her ego. And I'm sure your ego also gets hurt when you feel you're so technical And when you see your friend who is having a similar set of skills or maybe better communication, is maybe earning more income. And the challenge itself is the way you sell yourself. Definitely it does not come in the day one. We need to बोलते हैं ना बेशरम बनना पड़ता है थोड़े टाइम के लिए. We need to listen the criticism. We need to listen all those what credit card people get from what we say to them. That is when we become besharam, and that is when the fear goes off, and then the selling skills really comes after that. But yeah, definitely amazing, Bhushan. That is the most important skill for every one of us. So it's amazing. Thank you so much, Bhushan, for sharing that.
Yeah. Actually, actually, I have seen so many my friends. Okay, even one of my friends is not passed in 10th class, but he is a millionaire, and he's staying in my hometown also. He didn't go anywhere. But I am the good. I mean, I have graduated good master degree, but I am nowhere front of him. And like that, so many people I have seen, and I realized, now I'm realizing actually how this is the important, but we are not, we ignore so many times.
Correct. Pain के बाद ही आता है motivation. Good. Awesome, Bhushan. So we'll move next then. Sashi, you are prepared? Let me spotlight.
Yes, bro.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, Sashi.
Everybody wants the good life, but not everybody gets the good life. Is it true? Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Shekhar. Today, I wanted to discuss about importance of the mentorship in life. Imagine how much money you had in your bank account today. What if Warren Buffett teaching you how to invest in the stock market? How much successful would you be in your startup company? What if Steve Jobs was your business partner? If you go to your gym and John Abraham is waiting you in the gym and mentoring you in the personal coach, showing you how to build your body in a good finest in the body in the world. Robert Kiyosaki talks about good thing in our life. So he talks in the many of the books maybe. So his definition of a good life is health, wealth, happiness, and love. But it's not easy to learn by ourselves. That is where we need the mentors in life to guide us. Let me share my personal story. Initially, when I have attended the PIM session on the growth roadmap from the BJ, I have understood the importance of mentors in everyone's life. From the next day onwards, I'm in the search of the good mentors. Luckily, without wasting too much of amount of the time, I found Kiran and Bharat, which helped me tremendously on my growth journey. With the same, I have found my technical mentor in the office who guides me in every direction that I need to do. And I have a lot of interest. Maybe I'm good at a lot of good things, but for every of my hobby, now I have a very, very good mentor. If you ask me one thing, what is your biggest asset in your life? I would confidently say that my relation with my mentors is my biggest asset. A lot of people think that we know everything, but by growing in the age, by getting a lot of experience in the age, that we realize that we are having of the knowledge. So that's where the experience and the knowledgeable mentors are helpful for us. So luckily I found one more good mentor. The good mentor was book. So I can't say it is just a normal materialistic thing. I could say it is my mentor. I don't know if Steve Jobs would not be there here right now, but I used to feel that Steve Jobs in my room. Why? Because I have his books, all his books in my room. I used to feel I have one of the good mentor like Steve Jobs. So finally, that what I do conclude was having good mentor in life is a precious thing that we ever had in our life. So just wanted to share something to you. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. Over to you, Kiran.
Amazing. Lovely, Sashi. Lovely the way you talk. I think each time I listen you, I see a growth. And that's what life is all about. Amazingly spoken, Sashi. Thank you so much. Great. So we'll move to the next speaker. Uma has raised her hand. Okay, Uma, I'm just spotlighting you. You can go next. Yep, you're under spotlight.
So hello everyone, we were talking about company story, Precto. So where we last ended was Shashank and Abhishek, Shashank and Abhinav has, rejected their job offers, and now they have decided that we will continue this on serious basis. But now they are not students and they will not get any pocket money. So now they are on their own, right? So they need investments, they need a team, but they did not have much to invest. So collectively, they invested some 6 to 7 lakh rupees, but that was not enough to get their business far. So they did some jugads. Today I will share those jugads. So first of all, they needed a team. So they thought that let's ask our teammates, batchmates. So they talked to some batchmates, and some of them, 4 to 5 people, decided to join them. But they did not have much salary to offer. They just had 10 to 15,000 rupees to offer to everyone. So they thought that we have still Shashank's apartment, so let's offer them free stay. So they said that we have less salary to offer, but we have free stay for you. So everyone was okay with that, that we don't have any much expense on staying and all, so we can join with 10 to 15,000 salary. After that, they needed infrastructure like computers and machines and all. So their friends were going, many of their friends were going to going for further study to US. So their systems were free. So they bought their systems with minimal charges. So that's how they purchased machines and all. But still, they had very little money, and they need to pay to their employees also. So they had only one option, that was to increase sales. So Shashank decided to send one person to Bangalore and one person to Mumbai to get more clients. And again, they did not have any money to invest on hotel staying and office infrastructure in Mumbai and Bangalore. So Shashank told both of them that stay at one friend's place for some time, and after some time move to other friend's house, so that they did not say that you are staying here for free and all. So that's how they managed staying in Mumbai and Bangalore. They did not had any office at both places. So Shashank said that take one table in CCD and use your phone, call clients, and let's see how it works. So they managed for 6 months like this, and their hard work started paying them. They started getting clients, and after that they were getting 1 to 2 lakh rupees per month, and on some months they were also getting like 3 to 4 lakh rupees. So this was jugads, how they handled. After that, they got some guidance from a well-known company which was guiding startups. After that, they also get some huge investment, but I will not go into that detail because I wanted to share struggle behind their success. So this was their struggle, how they started their company, how they managed with less investment. And why did I share this story? Because whenever any of you stuck at any place, I wish you remember this story and get some inspiration. So that was all from my side. Over to you, Kiran.
Superb, amazing, amazing, Uma. In fact, the journey what you have shared, if you just observe all the entrepreneurs, it does not vary much. You think कि if you do your own business, आपको बस coding करना पड़ेगा या फिर खाना बनाना पड़ेगा. If you're in restaurant, no, actually you have to start calling people. You have to start connecting with people. You have to start talking with people. You have to start pitching your ideas to people, and that is where things are all about. That is how it starts. So amazing, Uma. Really happy to learn this story and so resonating. It sounds so what to say, easy लग रहा है, but इतना easy होता नहीं है. While these people are going through those journey, but yeah, superb. Thank you so much, Uma. Great. So we'll move to the next speaker then. Vishal, I see that you have raised your hand. Would you want to go next? I'll spotlight you.
Yes, Kiran.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Vishal.
Hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to share 5 key takeaways from a book, 5am Club, written by Robin Sharma. Actually, I know this is one of the controversial subject I'm going to talk today, as I know many of us are night owls. But let me tell the 5 key takeaways from this book. Maybe it will inspire you to wake up early, and there is no harm in trying to wake up early. Okay, the first point is there are a lot of advantages of getting up early. The first point is it increases the creativity, doubles the productivity, and triples the energy. Okay, so what happens is when we wake up at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m., we will be focusing on the unwanted things like social media, and our work, and we get distracted by the news. Okay, we won't be focused, we won't be paying attention, or focusing on the things which really matter. Okay, so that is one of the advantage of getting up early and focus on the things which really matters to us. Okay, and one of the example is we, as soon as we get up, we switch to our mobiles and go through the mails. Okay, which decreases our energy, and when we start working, our bandwidth is already reduced. So it's better to focus in the early morning and work on the things which really matters, and then you can take out the other activities at the later stage. The second key takeaway is 4 pillar. We can just visualize what Supra told us before. Okay, the wheel of life. So the 4 pillars are our mindset, heart set, health set, and soul set. So mindset, we all know what is mindset. Okay, having a positive attitude. Okay, so that is mindset. So we have read many books, and we understand the importance of having a positive mindset or the growth mindset. Okay, or coming out of the fixed mindset, right? So equally, other 3 pillars are also important. That is heart set. That is you should be emotionally well-being. Okay, you should have good relationship. Okay, and you should love what you are doing. And next one is health set. Okay, so you should focus on your health. Okay, so then only you can achieve the success. Health is one of the important factor. And next is soul set. So this is you can say you can get inclined towards the spirituality. Okay, and do some meditation, or spend some quiet moments with yourself, or as Supra mentioned, self-talk. Okay, so these are the 4 pillars where you can concentrate once you wake up early. Okay, so what is the formula? So just waking up at 5 a.m. doesn't matter. So what formula we should use? So let us divide 1 hour. Okay, so into 3 parts, that is 20 20 20. So author Robin Sharma says the 20-20-20 formula. So first 20 hours should be focused on exercising. So you should do some rigorous exercise for the first 20 minutes. So once you do the rigorous exercise, you will sweat. So the sweat decreases the fear hormone and increases the neural connectivity. By doing this, you will feel very energetic throughout the day. The next 20 minutes, self-talk, or have spent some time on the meditation, or write a journal about your ambition. So and the third point is growth, or last 20 minutes you can spend on the growth. So how do you grow yourself? By reading books, or by learning something new, okay, which again makes you grow. So the last point is embrace sleep. So you should sleep early, or you should get a good sleep, so that on the next day you can wake up early and focus on the things which really matters. See, one of the what I can say, one of the distractor of the sleep is the technology. Like we spend a lot of time in front of the mobile or laptops. Okay, so we should avoid at least 1 hour before we go to bed. So the blue light which is coming from the screens will affect our eyes, and which reduces the hormone, sleep hormone. So that sleep is also required, and we should go to sleep early and have a good sleep. The next point what he discussed is twin cycle of elite performance. So not only we should focus on our performance every time, but after having a hard work, we should also try to regenerate and renew ourselves. So these are the 5 key takeaways from the book 5am Club. That's all from my side. Thanks.
Amazing, Vishal. Too good. I think, in fact, although I'm not morning person, but
yeah, I know. So
no,
Kiran, I wanted to
understand.
talk about this since 3 weeks. Okay, and I was not able to talk. And Karthik mentioned that most of like you, Karthik, and all are night owl.
No, but
So,
what I think the few points which you told, it really resonates. But मैं एक ही चीज के लिए सुबह उठता हूँ, वो क्रिकेट. अगर मुझे क्रिकेट खेलने बुला ले सुबह 6 बजे के 5 बजे उठ के मैं सोऊंगा ही नहीं मैं. मतलब there are few things which really gives me a lot of motivation to get up early in the morning. And one thing which you told really resonates, because if really work out or do some physical activity in the early morning, पूरा दिन superbly energetic जाता है. And definitely a lot of other points were also making a lot of sense. Goal writing also, if you just sit through it in the morning and away from your gadgets and write your goals, visualize your goals, all those things definitely matter. So bahut kuch hai, Vishal, but definitely I'll keep implement more. And if I wake up in the morning, if I found something more, I'll definitely share with you.
yeah, just by I started waking up early since 1 year, more than a year. So I could achieve a lot of things now. Like now I'm reading Gita. It is one of the inspiration for me. Nice, and I reduced
Vishal.
almost 10 kilos of weight by waking up early and focusing on my health.
Wow, that's so amazing, Vishal. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Right.
Hi everyone. Good evening. So today the topic that I want to cover is from the book The Road Less Traveled. It is by M. Scott Peck, and the chapter I am talking about is delaying of gratification. Okay. So I think this happens with most of us. I mean, I at least 90% of the cases, I think we do this at the work, or even personally also. We keep postponing the things, right? And then it gets piled up, and at the end, like everything is messed up. So see, the main point I wanted to cover is, so last time I spoke about the problems and the pain. So just to summarize, what I told was, we have to always consider that problems are part of the life, and life is not easy. This is something that we will have to accept, so that we will live with the problems and we think for the solution. So that's the way. And how do we do it? It is the 4 techniques we have. One is the delaying of gratification, acceptance of responsibility, dedication to truth, and balancing. So today I'll talk about the delaying of gratification. So delaying of gratification is nothing but when we take firstly, why do we get into a problem? Like I said, we often postpone the things because we want to enjoy the happiness first, and we really don't worry about any pain or the problem that we get into. So whatever the happiness that we want is always the short ones we think of, and we really don't worry about the long run, right? Like what happens. So what author actually tells us, instead of that, we have to always choose that first we will go through the pain so that in the future we will be happy. So this is what the delaying of gratification means. So with this, like I was able to just relate to my example in the childhood. Like so I was so naughty that I never used to do my homework. Okay, so every day I come home and mom never, she used to ask anything. So I used to play, I do everything except the homework. I never used to open my book, you know, like, and I did that continuously for 2 months, I think. And I used to tell some story again in the school also whenever my teacher asked. So it continued, and one then they have called my dad to give the report, like why the homework is not happening. So then due to that, like he had to take the leave because he used to travel almost 30 kilometers to and fro from home to office. And you know, the thing is, it rained so badly that for 2 days, I mean, the water was coming almost till the knee. So it rained so heavily. In spite of taking leave, he couldn't come to the school. And third day also, it was raining the same. But then he still came to the school because he wanted to speak and he cannot take leaves anymore. And the report was so bad, and like my dad had no answer. Obviously, like what would he answer, right? So then I remember that day, like on the way, he in fact bought a stick to beat me, and I was sleeping happily. So the way he hit me, I just woke up and I was just watching like what had happened, no clue, you know, like so. So I'm just telling you, see, you know, like so things often happen like that. That was something I learned that day. See, I have to do my homework first. From that day, like you know, my mom, she stopped feeding me also till I finished my homework. She never used to give me the lunch. So I think this happens with most of us, might be even at the work also. We keep delaying the things, we postpone the things, and when the deadline comes, we actually hurry up, and then some issue comes suddenly, and then again we are confused, right? So I think what we actually I wanted to conclude is, finally, see, anything that we take, we need to make a habit of first whatever the pain points we have into something, we need to prioritize that, and then we need to think of the happiness. It's not like we first enjoy and then we suffer later. So this is the main first technique, that how do we handle the problem in a wiser way. So this is one technique. See, most of us, I think we know this, but we are bad at applying it. So that's all from my side.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Revati, to share your story of your childhood. మీరు చాలా బాగా మాట్లాడారు. If my Telugu is right. So superbly shared your story. I'm sure people would have definitely connected, especially guys. At least stick हमको तो यार वो झाड़ू पता नहीं क्या क्या से पड़ता था. But yeah, too good. Nice, Revati. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Awesome. Great. So we'll move to the next speaker then.
Sorry to interrupt. Can I add something to what Revati said? This is Nikita.
Yeah, Nikita, I was about to call you only.
I see. Like Supra said, I read your mind this time. No, I just wanted to add something to what Revati said. It was an amazing story and it's nice of her to share her story from her childhood. What I was going to add to that was a beautiful thing I learned is, as she said, delayed gratification. So aisa nahi hota ki bas abhi khushiyan hai and then, then we'll deal with the pain later. It doesn't happen like that. The balance is right. All of us have pain and happiness, or pain and pleasure, if you put it that way, equal proportion mein. The only choice we have is what to do when. So if you deal with pleasure first, pain comes later. If you deal with pain first, pleasure comes later. Take a simple thing like exercising. If you avoid exercising because it's not pleasure, it's pain, then later on in your life, you'll deal with all the problems associated with either obesity or bad health and everything else. Or if you decide to take the pain first, which is exercise, then you'll have a pleasure in the kind of for the long term. So it's pain and pleasure. You just have to choose the sequence you want it. You can't choose one or the other. And that's why delayed gratification is extremely important, because you're not kind of avoiding the pain. You're doing it in the right sequence. That's about it. So I loved her story.
Absolutely, Nikita. I think you can also cover your topic. Great, Nikita. You're on the spotlight. Yeah.
Okay.
You can go ahead.
Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can share my screen. I wanted to carry on talking about what Vijay talked about. So Vijay talked about happiness, and I have this formula for this happiness, or happily ever after. So I want to share that secret, okay? So before I share that secret, I want all of you to think about a really good memory. Say you had a crappy day at work, nothing was going your way, kuch nahi chal raha tha, and then suddenly before you leave to go home, your boss announces that you're getting a big promotion. How are you feeling now? So think about some really good emotion. And then you leave work to go home. You're so excited, promotion mila hai. And jate waqt traffic lag jata hai. But normally this traffic would have irritated you, but now you're not like, oh, the traffic. You just feel like, oh, I want to get home. And you're excited, not irritated. You get home, say your sister, kid, wife, somebody drops coffee on you. Now, instead of yelling at them because you're in a good mood, you might say, बेटा ध्यान रखा करो, चलो कोई बात नहीं, पापा अभी तो नए 10 सूट अफोर्ड कर लेंगे, अभी तो प्रमोशन मिल गया है. So you're in that kind of high, right? So that's kind of the happily ever after, but it lasts only for that day. Now imagine a reverse situation. You're already in a bad mood or not a great mood. Traffic lag jata hai. You start kind of cursing, whatever, mainly Mumbai ka traffic, ya India ka traffic, this, that. You come home, somebody drops coffee on you, and you kind of yell at them like the world has ended. It's not coffee, kisi ne acid gira diya hai, that sort of a thing. So what I'm trying to say is, if we can, the same situation, same chai girana ya pani girana jo bhi, we can view it differently if we are in a better mood. Then why not create that kind of a mood for ourselves, okay? And that's the secret to happily ever after. Let me share my screen and I'll tell you what we tend to do at home, or I used to do that as a child as well. So here's a quick secret to happily ever after, okay? Now, step 1 is start your day right. Now, Vishal has talked about starting your day right in terms of starting it at 5 a.m. I'm not saying necessarily at 5 a.m. Whatever time you decide to start your day, do something that puts you in a good mood. Now, a lot of us decide to start our day with, yes, goal setting, doing, eat the big frog and whatnot, doing all those right things. But think about what is it that puts you in a good mood. So for some people, it might be listening to their favorite song, favorite music, whatever that is, that gets you kind of in the groove. If you start your day in that kind of a good mood on a high, then you're more likely to be more forgiving, more tolerant, and more resilient as well. So start your day right. So it could be just, listening to a nice song. I tend to listen to some kind of comedy because I'm not into music. So try doing that. have something to look forward to. Now at breakfast table, we normally discuss, even as a kid, my mom used to ask me, so aaj kya exciting hai? And we used to tell something that school mein jaake, aaj meri friend mere liye ye lane wali thi, usne hum log book share karte the, usne mera ye book borrow kiya tha, wo mujhe ye book dene wali hai. So I had something to look forward to. Sometimes it was nothing but, aaj sham ko mama aapne promise kiya tha pizza banane wale ho. So that was something that you're looking forward to. So that kind of puts you again in a good mood. Third thing, simple, is again just associated pleasure, not pain. So again, the example of exercising. So if you're exercising, I hate exercising, but I tend to exercise. So I tend to associate exercise not with pain, but with pleasure. So I tend to tell myself, okay, only when I exercise, I am allowed to listen to music. So I now don't see my exercise time as my running on the treadmill time. I look at it as, yay, music time. So associate something that you enjoy with something that you don't enjoy. So that kind of pairs it up. And when the going gets harder, if you're not enjoying your job or whatever that is, focus on what will you gain out of it. So at the moment, I don't really like my job, but I don't think of it as, oh my God, 8 hours of work again. I think of it as, okay, well, this is going to fund my dream project, which is starting my own business. This is what is bringing bread on the table. So focus on the gain frame rather than what you're losing. And lastly, things do still go wrong. And when things go wrong, we are told to get the lesson out of it and forget everything else. Focus, just think of what went wrong and what can you learn from it. I would say think of what went well. I have done millions of mistakes to the extent of I have once set my own kitchen on fire. 2 years ago, same incident in my sister's house in Canada, I set her house on fire. And everyone yelled at me saying, तुझे कुछ आता नहीं है, खाना बनाने जाती क्यों है, और ये देखो क्या कर दिया, whatever. My focus point was, okay, what went right? I survived, so कुछ तो ठीक हुआ था. I managed to wrap up a fire blanket and get out of the kitchen. और मैं सबको स्टोरी भी बोल रही थी, पैर देखा मैंने कैसे वो फायर के नीचे से फॉरवर्ड रोल करके, मतलब गोलांटी वगैरह मार के मैं निकली, देखा. So that was my focus point. What went right in that rather than focusing on what went wrong? Because if you just decide to replicate what went right in your life, then obviously success will follow through and you will have a good mood as well because you're looking at what went right in your life. So that's about it, really. Go for it. And that's your secret to happiness. So just 5 points, 5 things to help you be in a good mood. That's about it. Thank you.
Lovely. That's so amazing, Nikita. I think 5 points with a visual effect. It all made sense. And after hearing Vijay's talk and your talk, our thoughts are so crystallized for happiness. At least अब तो लोग excuse मत दो, मैं दुखी हूँ, मेरे साथ ये नहीं होता, वो नहीं होता. Stop cribbing and start finding good things about your life. Superbly shared, Nikita. Really enjoyed it. Amazing. Thank you so much. Great. So we'll move to the next speaker. Mitesh, you're online. You wanted to speak something. If you are there, you can definitely go ahead and speak.
Yes, sir.
Mitesh, एक second, आपको spotlight कर देता हूँ मैं. Go ahead, Mitesh.
Good evening, everyone. I am Mitesh Sharma, and I am just a student. I have completed my 12th in 2019, and recently in my 12th, I want to share my story and connected it with the thought of law of attraction. And in my 12th class, I fearful to the SSB call and its English thoughts and how I connect the give the interview in English. I so scared of giving the interview in English. So I want the job after 12th. Just after 12, so I choose my Air Force AX group technical job. So and I have dreamed it in during bedtime as well. And I'm going to take coaching after 12th. Then I have never see the dream of NDA and for the SSB, and I go for the only Air Force. And now I luckily. Now I luckily pass out all the parameters of the Air Force. Then I got selected and wait for the interview. Call letter. Then I want to tell I'm feeling so much guilty if I think about that time of for NDA. I will definitely succeed in it. And I feel so much guilty. And when first time I go to the coaching and watch the previous batch students and who has cleared their examination and all, I make a wish in my mind. Then I will face that camera on YouTube channel of that coaching center. Then after clearing my physical, I went to that coaching center, and I will interviewing with ma'am, and feeling some scare to talk at the facing the camera. Then मैंने dedication दिखाया कि I should speak influently against the camera and before the people. So I thinking in my mind, and I went for the medical. Then just to as a tourist, we passing through the library and got the book of public speaking by Dale Carnegie, and then I am interested in that book and start reading. Then I found I had this app Meetup from my friend of foreigner. Then I searched for public speaking course. Then I found the Kiran sir, this public speaking course and book club. And my hobbies are to listening books, not for reading. But I started investing sometimes for reading books and talking English and some things, because empty mind has some negative effects. So I invest my time in that things, and it may helps to lead the group in my training period. And I want to share my a story which may connect to the law of attraction in Hindi. And just like a person means, एक आदमी बैठा था और एक सूखी रोटी लेके एक टुकड़ा तोड़ के उस पे लगा के खा रहा था. तो एक आदमी बराबर से गुजरते हुए बोला कि भाई ये क्या कर रहा है तू? तो उसने बोला मैं ऐसा सोच रहा हूँ कि सोच से लगा के खा रहा हूँ. देन उस आदमी ने बोला यदि तुझे सोचना ही है तो तू बड़ा सोच, मक्खन सोचना, जब सोचना ही है तो उसमें क्या जाता है. Then I want to suggest you all, as per my small experience, you should fix your goal above than you want. Then you will definitely succeed whatever you want, and maybe more than you want. Thank you.
Wow, that's so amazing. Mitesh, ये पहली बार बात कर रहे हो, पहले भी आपने बात किया था कहीं?
Sir, I have called with you personally in WhatsApp and calling one time.
नहीं, उससे पहले आपने कभी बात किया था? पहली बार आप इधर बात कर रहे हो ना?
Yes, it's my first time.
तो मतलब inherent talent है, मतलब सही है. Raw talent. Amazing, Mitesh. Really loved your story and the way you communicated.
Sir, you have find so many mistakes in my communication, but I will definitely correct it. Thank you so much.
बहुत ही अच्छा बोला मितेश. आपका confidence level and the flow when you talked in Hindi was so amazing. वो story बिल्कुल heart को छू गया, because that story was the story told by my father also. मुझे सुबह बचपन से पापा बोलते थे अगर सोचना है तो यार बड़ा सोचो ना. सोचना है तो बड़ा सोचो, छोटा सोच के क्या मिलेगा तुमको? बड़ा सोचो, एटलीस्ट कुछ तो मिलेगा लाइफ में. Everything, and the moment you shared the story, I remembered my dad telling me in my childhood. Amazing, Mitesh. Thank you so much for sharing that. Great. Awesome. So I spotlight you? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Thanks. So I guess so. So today I will be talking about an interesting topic. It's from the book Magic of Thinking Big. The topic is into a two-part process. So we'll take the first part today, and then we'll discuss the second one next week, right? So the topic is about managing an environment. I mean, it's about growth actually. I mean, we all want growth, right? So let's talk a simple topic before we get into the actual discussion, right? So how many of us in this group actually want a good physique, right? So you all envy that nice superstar and all this celebrities who have a great body, right? And we all want physiques like them. But what goes into having a good physique, right? So there's a lot of background work that goes in, like you have to have proper food, you have to do a lot of exercise and all that, right? But what do we do after seeing all that? We get motivated, and then what we do, we still feed garbage to our body, right? once you feed garbage, what will turn out? Your body will again be a storage of garbage, right? You cannot have a physique like a tiger shroff or anything by just feeding garbage, right? Similarly, there's something called mind food. Have you heard of a word called mind food? I mean, only your body does not need food in the form of your mouth. Your mind also needs food, right? Where do you get the food that you feed your mind from? The food that you feed your mind comes from the environment around us, from the people around us, right? And the thoughts that come from those people, thoughts from the environment. So that's why, I mean, if you ever wonder, a situation that happens in India to a similar situation that happens in any other part of the world, like another country, can happen to differently because there is a change in the environment, right? So your environment and the people around you will influence your thoughts. How you control your thoughts and what thoughts you get into your mind and what you feed your mind will determine what your habits will be and what your growth will be and how will your future environment be. So let's all discuss, let's get into the discussion on what and how to groom your mind to success, right? So the first part of the book is talking about reconditioning ourselves to success, right? So, I mean, have you, when you, in your school days, right? So how many of you, your teachers would have asked you what you would become? You will have multiple big goals, right? So many of you have always said engineers, that's natural to us, right? So, and many people, which I know, Karthik and Karthik from my class and all that, right? We all would have said engineers, pilots, some people would have said police, fancy stuff, right? So we all know people who, we connect to people who see we outside. But how many of us would have turned, engineers, of course, because India is full of engineers, right? So of course, you don't have to make an extra effort to become an engineer. So you'll ideally become one. But yeah, how many of you, other than engineers, right, would have gone and do something which you actually thought of doing, right? So not many, I would say not many. So what actually hinders people not to achieve their goals, right? So, of course, the usual relatives, of course, there will be always relatives, friends who will always be pulling your leg saying that, nahi ho sakta hai. This success is only for the rich, success is only for the people who have luck. So luck and rich are something which you always are denied from day one, until unless you're born rich, right? And you are made to believe that you cannot be rich, you cannot have success if you're not born with that, right? So usually many people, I would say 80-90% of the people would give up on their, whatever they want to achieve at that early stage, right? So the author actually classifies such people, including all of us in this group, into 3 categories. So, I assume that all of us are in the 3rd category because we are all here in this growth workshop. So, yeah, I will talk to the first. Let's talk about the first character, first group, right? We all have to be very careful about the first. We all have to be we all have to show our consent to the first group. First group people are really talented. I'm not saying they're not talented. They have their own abilities, but they, internally in their mind, they would have already given up, right? So they will say, whatever I'm doing is the best I can do. I cannot grow beyond this, right? So you would have all come across such people in your lives who would have had this kind of attitude. So, even if you give them, chances to grow and all that, they might still not take those chances every time, because they are internally, their mind is not allowing them to grow anyways. Even if they want to grow themselves, they will not be able to, because they made up their mind. So 80% of the people will fall into this category. They will limit themselves to like say just they don't want to run in life, they want to crawl, or not even crawl, they want to just roll over in life, just finish their life, that's it. So the second category of people are really talented people. They keep focused, they keep determined to a certain age, right? So probably, I cannot quantify, but I would say most of us fade away between the dangerous age of 30 to 35. 20s, of course, you will have all the Josh on the current gen, the gen below us who are just in their 20s. They have all the right things going their way, so they have more energy. But like when you come to that age of 30 to 40 is when you kind of get stuck in your family hurdles, all this at middle class attitude thinking and all that. and they say, chalo yaar, I mean, I am above all the average people. I am earning better than the 90% of the average people. I have a better life than 90% of the people. Let's be satisfied, right? Let's be happy with what I have. I mean, let's be satisfied. I mean, if I have one more life, let's try next time. Let me start from the beginning. There is nothing called start from the beginning. You have to start from where you are. You cannot just always go back and reverse what is happening, right? You have to start from where you are. But these people will not do that. I mean, also they have the capacity and they can grow. They will not do that because they'll say, they will compare the people below them and say that's good enough. And the third category is people who you really want to be associated with, right? The Vijays and the like Kirans and all these guys, right? Who, I mean, irrespective of what bad happens to them, irrespective of whatever demotivates them, right? These are the people who grow and become something, right? So they will keep going at the same, I mean, if as long as they know the goal, they keep going at their goal, irrespective of what happens, right? So these are the people who never give up, and these are the people who will never listen to negators. I mean, negators, I mean, you will all have negators, right? For you, some of the negators means people who might be close to your relatives, your friends, who always try to say, chalo, let's be happy with your job and all that. But these people, the third category of people, will never stop, right? I mean, they know the goal, irrespective of what others say, they have clarity of thoughts, and they will go do whatever they want to do in their life, and they also take people along and motivate people along their life. So always, I mean, the conclusion is we'll always have to be in the third category. I mean, even if we are in the second category, try drawing ourselves in the third category. It's not a difficult move. With the right mentors and the right people around you, you can do it. The one last thing which I wanted to tell before I close. So it's an interesting thing that I understood from the book is, we all find mentors. Okay, the problem with us is not finding mentors. The problem with us is start criticizing, we try to analyze, dissect things that they say, and we don't actually believe what they say. We are trying to find fault in them, right? That's why most of the mentorship fail. As long as you don't believe in mentorship, as long as you don't believe in that guy's vision, as long as you're not a student, you're trying to become a mentor of a mentor. You are trying to compete with him, not becoming a student of him. Right? As long as you're not a, as long as you're not a good follower, you will never become a good leader, a good mentor. Okay. Try to be a follower first. If you have a right person that you can who is mentoring you, try to be a good follower. That will help you in future to become a good leader or a good mentor. Thanks, guys.
Superb, Karthik. Superb. Really, really enjoyed your talk. Full of experiences, full of examples, full of middle class thinking, example, this thinking, and connecting the whole of our life journey and adding up with the summarizing the point. It didn't even felt that you read a book. It felt that you're sharing from your experiences, and that is what it really felt. Amazing, Karthik. Truly, truly, truly amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. All right. Managing your environment, superbly important talk. So Supra, you wanted to add something, you can go ahead and add, and post that we will have a short group discussion, so which is what was today's special. I thought we'll talk about a very interesting topic which people are scared about, and usi ke bare mein baat karte dekhte hain logon ke thoughts kya hai. But yeah, Supra, you can go ahead next, and I'll take that later.
Yes, and I just want it to be interactive, because I'll be asking this question, and I just want to hear to a couple of them who are willing to share. So I'll just take 2 minutes. Okay. Before I get started, who wants to speak, unmute and just keep sharing. So we can give half minutes or something on that. So I'm sure all of us dream, right? So the dream could be silly to any big one. I'll start with a very small example. I come from a town, not a big city. Today I might be staying in a big city. I studied in a big city, but I actually was born in a town. And the dream could be eating a pizza. Yeah, it's possible. It is the silliest dream, maybe, but it was a dream at some time when I was in my 10th or 11th or 12th. And then when I stepped into the city of my state, then I got fulfilled my dream of eating pizza. But it was a pleasure moment, right? any of your dream getting fulfilled is a pleasure moment. And or you would also have a dream of visiting to a planet, to moon, or it could be beyond that, but it is not impossible. I mean, I said the word correctly. I know that it should be impossible. We generally don't use that. The moment we say impossible, you have to make it possible. So I would like few people to tell your silliest dream, and the dream which you think it can be achieved or it may not be able to achieve in this birth, or it could be anything. What do you think of? So yeah, anyone can get started. It should be silliest, and it could be something impossible. Yeah. At least 2-3 people can share. This is related to your dreams, actually. Yeah.
Go ahead, guys. I think Soumya unmuted. Soumya, you can go ahead.
Very silly. I don't think so. It's possible. Capturing
It's all right.
lighting.
What?
I want to capture a lighting, thunder.
All right. That's nice.
So mine.
Oh.
Surpassing Warren Buffett in stock market.
All right. Awesome. That's amazing. Go ahead, Nikita.
I want to have a pet tiger.
Wow, that's same as mine.
Yeah. I've
Not
had this
only
since
tiger,
childhood.
but all the wild animals. I want to have a zoo itself.
Yeah. I'm on the way getting there, but now I really want a tiger and an elephant. Those
really
two are
a
my
good
priority.
yeah.
I think my thought is also something related to tiger. I always wanted to be a tiger's mind. I don't want to be a tiger. I want to be a tiger's mind. I want to understand how it plans an attack. So I always wanted to be a tiger's mind.
What I find here is most of us have the similar thoughts.
Yeah.
We
all love that.
Yeah. Anyone else will be sharing? I wanted to conclude with something important. That's the reason I touched on this topic. Anyone else would like to share your dream? Okay. So the objective of telling this is, it's really good to dream, guys. Till then, when we are a kid, right, we really see a lot of dreams. It could be silliest, like the example I gave of a pizza. It could be a fairy dress I want to wear, or it could be visiting a mall. It could be anything, right? When you are a kid, you are so innocent that your dream is filled with your memories, right? But the moment we start growing, we think that everything is just impossible, and you have to make it impossible, actually. What I was trying to tell that. And make sure to make a dream book or a dream diary or something like that, where you can paste a picture of your dream which you're visualizing. You want to be a celebrity, why not take a celebrity's pic, cut out the head and paste yours over there, wherever you want to visualize yourself. This was just an idea. So the objective of saying this, we all should at least have 100 to 200 dreams. That's what I have learned from Vijay, but I always had dreams, so it was really easy for me to document in a diary. I could not get it today to show it to you guys, but I would have really shown my dream diary. This is quite big, a huge one. I've really pasted a lot of photos on that. That's all from my end, Kiran. Yeah, thank you so much for the time. Yeah.
So Supra, next time we want to see your diary.
Sure, Kiran. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. All right, great, amazing, Supra. So today there's something special I wanted to implement. So before I share that, okay, so I'll give you maybe around 5 minutes. We'll discuss on that topic for 5 to 7 minutes, not more than that. But you need to be honest to share your thoughts. Okay, you cannot be diplomatic. And if you can be honest, it'll be really awesome, because I want your honest gut feeling answer, which comes straight away the moment you hear that word. Aapke dimag mein exactly kya aata the moment you hear the word called financial independence. Okay, no diplomatic. Sochna nahi hai. Suddenly financial independence ka matlab aata kya hai? You can unmute and share. You can share your own thoughts.
Marry a rich guy.
Freedom.
Marry a rich guy. Awesome. Freedom.
So
what else?
No need to study, no need to do anything. Card bas ho aur bas swipe karte jao. Chahe papa ka ho, kisi ka ho, doesn't matter. That's what it is.
Sir, it's just categorize your percentage wise, categorize your income, and some part invest in stock market, share market, and some part for investment for ourselves, and some part for family, and some for the other investment of households. It's financial.
So I think what Mitesh shared is proper diplomatic answer. Okay, यही नहीं share करना. The moment he shared, that's an example of a proper diplomatic answer, which it should be. ये होना चाहिए. आपके दिमाग में exactly क्या आता है financial independence? That is what I wanted. Okay, Mitesh का chance खत्म. Mitesh, you can share next. Anyone else want to add who have not spoken?
Yes.
Startup.
Startup who shared? Pramod. Okay. What else?
I think peace.
Atul, अच्छा,
For
Atul.
me,
नाम बोल के बोलो, नाम बोल के. Speak your name.
Shraddha here. We should not think before spending is financial
Yes.
literacy for me.
बिना काम
All
के
right.
lots of shopping and lots of traveling.
Okay. All right.
I think financial
Well,
independence is
Peace
peace.
of mind.
Karthik, yeah. Financial independence is peace, I suppose. I mean,
Okay.
अपनी term
Karthik
and
says
condition
peace.
की life.
ये कौन बोल रहा है? राजेंद्र सिंह. अच्छा, राजेंद्र ने बोला अपनी terms and condition. Okay. Who else? Who else?
For me, 24/7 sleep.
Kiran,
24/7 sleep. Oh wow.
I
Who else?
wanted to share.
Who's going?
See, for me,
Kaumya?
it's like I want to be free from my timeline, project delivery, and all that. Sit at home with good cup of tea and with some biscuits, watch some movie, and enjoy the shopping and roam around nicely. That's all.
Awesome.
I
That's
need
an
to have
honest
so
answer.
much money.
Kiran,
Can I
my
say
answer.
some- Go on.
Yeah,
Karthik,
good.
Yeah, actually, my answer is how many ever taps are there in my house. On all the taps, I should get money instead of water.
This is amazing.
I thought you would say beer, but okay,
Yeah.
you went for money.
Even I was thinking the same thing.
Whenever I open any tap in the house, I should get money.
Get beer or wine.
You're already rich, Karthik.
Well, for me,
What did you say?
Kiran,
You're already rich. Why do you need a tap?
और चाहिए इसको. या निकिता.
on a serious note, for me, financial independence is not having to exchange my time for money. That's what comes to my mind.
All right. So someone told, anyone else want to add quickly? Okay, you have to share your subconscious thoughts, not the one which you want to share in diplomatic way. Anyone else who missed out? You can add, guys, if you have not spoken.
For me, financial independence is not working for money. Actually, जो काम मुझे करना है वो मैं कर सकूं, not for money.
All right. Fair enough. Control over your activities, your actions. All right. Who else?
Hi, Kiran. This is Bhaskar.
Yeah.
So for me, financial freedom means the moment I get frustrated in the job, I put in a position to decide to quit.
Puli laga undala Telugulo puli like a lion. Man, you are hiring me. I'm working because I'm helping you guys. ये उल्टा मत समझ लेना कि आप मुझे हेल्प कर रहे हो. I am helping you. I'm passionate about the job. इसीलिए I'm helping you. ज्यादा आप पॉलिटिक्स करते हो तो मैं भी डबल पॉलिटिक्स करके निकल जाऊंगा. मैं कुछ कर लूंगा. Amazing, Bhaskar. Honest. Great. Who else? Anyone else want to share? We have not spoken yet. Okay, new speaker. Anyone else? Last one we'll take. Then we'll go to the next round. I think sabne bol diya. Anyone else? Okay. So the next round is, so while you talked about your subconscious thought about your financial freedom, my question is to you to think more on that. For example, Karthik Prabhakar told peace. So if I ask Karthik, what does peace means to you? Peace ka matlab kya hai? What does peace means to you? How do you visualize peace?
Yeah, I mean, peace to me is something like, see, I mean, when you have when you have financial burdens of things that comes to your mind, So you always have something that keeps going on your mind. For me, when I attend this, right, it is like your mind is completely empty, and you can, that is where you can start thinking from what you actually want to do. Start towards it is a 0 point. I would call it as a 0 point, right? You don't have anything in your mind right now.
Freedom to be free out of thoughts.
Yeah. At least no forceful thoughts. Thoughts of your own, but not forceful thoughts.
Absolutely. Awesome. So that again, now it gives a basic picture of what exactly peace means to Karthik. Okay, all right, we'll go to someone else. Somebody told shopping, I think Supra, Nikita, suddenly unne bola ki itna shopping karo ki bhai sochna na pade. So maybe any one of you can add more on that, how a day should look like for you. If tomorrow you get up, you wake up early in the morning and you're financially independent, according to your definition, how the day would look like.
I'll just add 2-3 points. The objective of saying this was बचपन से बहुत पढ़ाई करना पड़ता था, then marks लाओ, क्योंकि aim था कि job चाहिए. That so many thoughts were there, right? So I always used to think that ऐसा कोई होता कि मुझे बस कार्ड पकड़ा देता, मुझे जो मन होता मैं करती, पढ़ाई बिल्कुल करने का जरूरत ही नहीं है. Not only पढ़ाई, कुछ भी करने का जरूरत नहीं है, जो मर्जी वही करो, and no one should come and question me. This is the thought which goes to me. Like someone comes and tell you do that work. क्यों करना है मुझे काम? It's like sometimes that mood will be there. So I just don't want to do anything. So it will be always in that vacation mode. मतलब जो मर्जी हो, you should be in that place. My thought is always into travel, nothing beyond that. I would like to tell that part actually. So आपके पास ऐसा कुछ होना चाहिए, that magical power, so no one tells you anything and you do whatever you want. So that's right. What I wanted to add. Yeah.
That's amazing. We can take 2 to 3 more speakers to add more detail into it. Whatever you have spoken, I need more detail, okay? So whatever your subconscious spoken, maybe next tomorrow, if you're financially independent, what would your day look like?
So
Anyone
can
else?
I say something, Karthik? I didn't, by the way, say shopping, okay? Because I'm not a big shopping fan. I'm not very feminine that way. But from and the reason I said marry a rich guy, that was kind of a joke. But when I was quite young, I don't know, from the age of 12, 13 itself, yeah, even I was in my early 20s when my parents asked me, what kind of a guy do you want to marry? My answer was, I want to marry a farmer. And my picture of happiness involves a small, as in a decent house with a big kind of a garden or a farm around it. Self-sufficiency, because you're growing what you're eating, that sort of a thing. And the reason I said farmer is because he's right there with me. So I'm always with my family, and that's important to me. I have always been with my family, and I love that part. So now staying abroad is kind of oof for me, but for me, family means a lot. So and when I said not having to exchange my time for money, which just means that, again, it does not mean I have to cling to people 24/7. I'm an introvert. I need my time and space. Nonetheless, having that liberty to spend as much time as I like with someone that I love is what financial freedom is to me. And that's why I have always dreamed of either having like a house, and I still am in the country, and I want to be, again, moving more to the countryside where, yeah, I grow what I eat. I am very much independent and don't have to kind of rely on the outer world for everything. Of course, it can't be like I don't rely on the outer world for anything at all. Main apni gaadi nahi bana sakti, but you know what I mean. The point is to be with my family. I love traveling, just like Supra said, and I do travel a lot. But again, that is just that having that good time with people that I love is what my definition of kind of financial freedom, ultimate happiness and all involves.
That's so profound. Relationships, happiness, fulfillment. Awesome. Anyone else want to add on their thought process? The last speaker, the last one. Uske baad we'll summarize something interesting. Realize my dreams. If I want to materialize this thing into reality, I need to convert this thing to some important parameter. Like imagine if you're in your childhood, आपने अगर पढ़ाई किया होगा SI units. SI units याद है? Distance को मीटर से measure करते हैं, time को seconds, minutes, right? Now whatever you guys said, can you measure that in terms of, can you bring in reality such that you can have that kind of output? Can you think in that direction? MSK, KG, CD, acha wo. He's writing the SI units. Okay. So
I don't
what would be the
understand
SI?
traffic.
So what would be the SI unit of it? So what Nikita said, I understand that Nikita financial freedom, financial independence definition is more towards time, equality time, right? And what, let's say if I say I want to become a public speaker, if I want to travel the world, for me the SI unit again becomes the time as well as money. So if you have read this chapter in first chapter of Think and Grow Rich, Think and Grow, the first chapter is very confusing because it always tells you have to write down how much money you want in your life. I don't know if you have observed that chapter. If you ever question that chapter, because the moment I was reading that chapter, I had a question in my mind. यार ये पैसा के बारे में क्यों बोल रहा है? When it is all about burning desire, why it is talking about money? मुझे तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा था. इनफैक्ट कुछ मुझे लग रहा था यार ये how can Andrew Carnegie, all those successful people can have this kind of thought process. I was not able to get the connect. And then I went to Vijay and I asked Vijay, यार यहाँ पे तो पैसे के बारे में लिखा हुआ है. पैसे से थोड़ी ना emotions आता है. Emotions will come from dreams. How will I bring emotions? How will I bring burning desire? Then he gave me this analogy and I understood. Actually, whatever dreams or aspiration or what you call as financial independence has to come in a SI unit format. So whatever, in fact, you like traveling, you need some currency out of it. You need some money, some time. So that money and time has to be listed down. The moment you add your money, time, Supra was talking about 100 dreams. Now convert those 100 dreams into money as well as time. And then when you add that, you will get a huge MRP, which is there in PGP Tracker. We have kept it dream MRP, dream list and all. And when you add that, some dream will come 100 crores. And with 100, maybe 100,000 seconds or 100,000 minutes of time. And when you add those things, that is when the number will be sticking to your mind and you will start looking for opportunities which can give you that infra, which can give you that output, which can give you that resources to fulfill the output you want. So I hope this made some sense. The reason I wanted to take this discussion is because until unless we have a clear-cut goal towards our financial independence, if that is a goal to you, we need to know how exactly clearly we can communicate to servo mechanism. Tabhi to aata hai na opportunity, how clear we are. So I hope it added some value. You can add your thoughts if you feel whatever I told is making sense. And this is what I've seen in Think and Grow Rich as well. I had some my own doubts. So once I clarified, I realized how this comes in the format of time and money. And then the next part comes is the vehicle part of it. The moment you're clear what exactly you want, you also explore the vehicle which you would enjoy and persist for a longer period of time. So that's about it. If you have anything to add, you can definitely add. I'm open to hear about it. And if not, we can go with the summary. So Soumya wanted to summarize. Soumya, you're ready with your summary? Quickly. Soumya is there?
Hello. Hi, yes, Kiran.
Yes, Soumya. Yeah, do you want to summarize?
Yeah, I will quickly summarize today's talk.
Within 5 minutes.
Yeah. Shraddha started the talk and she told how to connect to the people. And she shared a story about two friends at her college and how appreciation works. When you appreciate other people, how it is grateful. And Supra talked about Wheel of Life. And she emphasized more on connection and spiritual guidelines, connecting the spiritual guidelines. Bhushan talked about a book from Rich Dad and Poor Dad. He told two stories about best-selling author and a young mechanic, how they shaped their thoughts. And he said one good thing: do not work for money, work for learning. So, and he also talked about importance of good speaking and communications. Sahi talked about importance of mentorship in life and what all can come from mentorship, like health, wealth, happiness, and love. Biggest asset in our life is our mentors. That's what he expressed. And experience and knowledge of the mentor is very important in our life. He has summarized on that. And Uma, she shared about a company story, Practo, and how did they lead, how the two friends struggled to bring up the company. Yeah, and the success story behind them. And Vishal told 5 key takeaways from the book. Robin, from the book, I did not hear about that, Robin Sharma. So first one is importance of waking up early in the morning. 4 pillars in life, like health set, mindset, heart set, spiritual mindset. And he gave one important formula, 20-20-20, that is exercise, write and grow, shared between these formulas. And fourth important step is embrace good sleep and spend less time on technology. I mean, he emphasized that we need to spend at least 1 hour, we need to give gap between our sleep and our time using on technologies. And sixth and last point was regeneration. And next comes Revati. Revati spoke about roadless travel and how gratitudeness, how it works, and problem and pains. She leave the problem and think for solution. She told about problem and pain. Leave those problem and think for the solution, she said, and enjoy the initial happiness. And Nikita added a point for that, like pain and pleasure, and she gave very good example of exercise, and it should go as a sequence. I mean, either you need to take a pain or a pleasure. Both the things, it cannot come simultaneously. So that was nice. And Nikita, she talked about Vijay's last PM session, happiness. She gave very good 5 points for the situation. The first one is start your day at the right mood, very good mood, and hack some things to look forward. I mean, you need to get one thing that you can look forward for the entire day, and associate with pleasure, not pain. So whatever pain you have, I mean, during exercise also, do not think it is going to hurt you or it is pain for you. Other than that, if you are going on treadmill, you should take it as a, I mean, it's a time for music, something like that. Okay. When going gets harder, focus on what you will gain. That's what she explained. And think what went well, rather than thinking what is not going well. Next comes Mitesh Sharma. He told about law of attraction, and he spoke first time on this forum, and he was very nice. How to overcome fear, how he overcome the fear of on talking to camera. Next, Karthik, he shared about managing events management, mind food. He told something about mind food for mind from environment. So as we, I mean, we give bad food to our body, we also give bad food to our mind. So it depends on our environment. So what thoughts you give to your mind, that's there, you will reflect back. That's what he said. And he said 80 to 90% of people are classified in 3 type categories. That first is finish their life easily, and second one will fades away with the thoughts, I mean, okay, chalta hai, I mean, we'll do, this is not possible in this life, something like that. And third one, who grows and help others growing, like our leaders in PIM. So he said one good line, like follow and then be followed. I mean, if you want to be successful, first you need to follow, and then you will be followed by others. Supra shared about dreams getting fulfilled. And finally, Kiran shared about Kiran engaged every one of us on financial freedom and independence. That's it, Kiran.
Wow, so comprehensive and detailed. I think people who have missed in the starting also, they must have gone all the cream. Pura cream खा लिया आपने. पहले तो बन रहा था, boil कर ही रहे थे हम लोग दूध को.